10
What
section
station?
or so. Breitbart News?
Yeah!
Some of my videos, I have a string of my videos.
Bringing here today.
Hi, I came here today from Florida to support our president.
Great. So, we're live right now. All right. So, what's your first name?
Name's Jake.
And can you spell it for us?
Jake.
Great. What brings you here today?
I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm worried about this stuff, and I figured now or never. We've got to let the media know that Trump supporters are not going to be demoralized, and we've got to let our state Republicans know that they've got to stand with our president.
What would you say to Donald Trump today? Yeah, there's President Trump.
What I would say is, you know what's going on. I would say, treat this like a zero-sum game, because it is, both for him, for his family, and honestly for the country. I think he should put his all into this. He should absolutely exhaust every legal means he has available, and he should not accept pressure from mainstream Republicans to step down for transition of power or whatever.
What would you say to Jeb Bush, who just congratulated Joe and Kamala on the media-claimed victory?
I would say that if you're happy for the Democrats, you've sold your soul. And if you're happy because you think this will bring back moderate republicanism, it won't. Without Trump, without Trumpism, without populism, without anti-interventionism, without economic protectionism, the Republican Party's dead in the water. He's got to know that.
What would you say to the people that are kicking out, the election officials that are kicking out the poll watchers?
I would say that you can get a very favorable deal if you turn to state's evidence, and it's not too late.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a nice night.
You too. Great, thank you.
Okay.
What's your first name?
Okay, my name is Sunanda.
Can you spell your first name?
Sunanda. D as in David A.
Great. And where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Great. So what brings you here today?
The main reason is because of the voting fraud that is going on. I really, this is a democratic country. I totally support whoever wins. If I am a supporter of Trump. If Biden wins, that's fine. But it has to be in a right way. The voting fraud is so much going on in different states. And that is the main reason I came for that, to show that that is not right.
If you had a chance to speak directly with President Trump, what would you say to him?
I would say no, because has reached to certain big level. He has to fight in the Supreme Court and really has to, I don't know how many days it is going to take, how much work is involved. It is not going to be an easy job. I wish there was a election commissioner had done a better job with this election, the mail-in ballot, and that is not done well at all. It is really running like a third world country today. So this is really a big lesson for USA that, they should have done a better job with this mail-in ballot. Yeah.
What would you say to Jeb Bush, who just congratulated Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on what the media says is a win in the election?
Yeah, that is another very much, I am very hurt by the media. Mainstream media is not doing its job. It doesn't matter who which party it is, they have to tell the truth. The truth is not exposed. What about the Hunter Biden? And Biden himself is involved in so many corruptions outside the country. Why is it not exposed? And what is that Biden? Is he really a good candidate for the presidentialship? He can't even stand properly. He is so sloppy, sleepy. Biden, we need a strong president. He is a corrupt politician. Media should have done a good job. He didn't do the good job in exposing them.
What would you say to the election officials in Philadelphia that are kicking out poll watchers?
What else? That like I said, they definitely should do a good job of having a good security, follow the rules, regulations, and no more fraud in the counting the mail-in ballots. These things should have been handled it right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one, okay? Be safe.
Are you Breitbart?
Yes.
I read Breitbart every day, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, Nolte and Pollock and them guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, I've been like, no, it's one of the sites I go to first, Yeah, get a lot of
You
good
want an
info.
interview?
If you think it would be useful, man.
All right, great. So, what's your first name?
My name is Dana. You call me Dane.
And can you spell that for us?
Yeah, D-A-N-A or D-A-N-A is fine.
Great. And where are you from?
I'm from Philly.
What brings you here today?
Well, I'm a patriot, and I'm just concerned about the integrity of the election, and I'm concerned about what the future holds if Joe Biden takes office on the 20th.
If you had a chance to speak directly to President Trump today, what would you say to him?
First of all, I'd say that many of us do love him because that he's fought so hard, for people like me, fighting off the globalists, and we know that he's the only thing that stands between us and the Great Reset, and the criminalization of Christianity, and the foundation of this country, man. So I tell him that we're with him. Keep fighting it, man. Because if he loses, I don't know if this country will survive. So yeah, we're with him. Oh, and tell him I would say where we go one, we go all.
And so, what would you say to Jeb Bush, who just came out and said that, congratulated Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on winning the presidency, claimed by the media?
Well, I'd say that Jeb has once again just demonstrated how irrelevant he is, number one, because he's probably one of the least significant voices. I guess he's, a rhino? So, yeah, that's kind of like, I guess, having, I guess Mitt Romney is next, So, yeah, tell him thanks, because I think that just fortifies the resolve of many of us who support the president.
What would you say to the people, the election officials that are kicking out poll watchers?
I say then go on home. If you're not going to honor the Constitution and the laws of this land, and particularly the laws of this municipality, and if you're going to try and disenfranchise Americans, then why are you stealing the public's trust? At least have the honor or the decency to just go on home and just call it a day. But don't get in the way of democracy.
Recently, about a day ago, the Pennsylvania Secretary of State said that there was no evidence or no signs of alleged fraud in the past few days that she saw. She said this one thing like weeks ago.
She's a criminal.
Yeah, but
What would you say to her?
no, but I would say that that's no different than finding a person inside a bank at 1 a.m. saying that they were just there to check their balance in their checking account. Like what are you going to do? You're going to admit, oh yeah, we committed a complete fraud. Yeah, you got us red-handed. Oh, we weren't. Oh, that was bad. We weren't supposed to do that. So yeah, these people have no credibility. And the sad part is that all they're trying to do is they're trying to harm, the people who came out in good faith and voted. And these other people, man, I mean, I don't know. It's horrible, man. They should be prosecuted if they're found to have violated the law.
And what would you say to people on the left who are celebrating Joe Biden's victory right now?
I would first and foremost say that you can celebrate anything you like, but be careful what you pray for. Because when those tax cuts are repealed and people start saying their paychecks shrink, and when the oil industry and fracking is destroyed, and they start saying the price of gas rise up to about $5, $6, and the heating bills start rising up to like $400 or $500 a month, and then when they find out that government is going to shut down their communities indefinitely going forward, and then they see that their children are going to school and not learning anything, and then all of a sudden they find out that all the promises that were made were nothing but lies. And then the last thing I would say is welcome to the Great Reset, because unbeknownst to these people, Orange Man is the only defense we have against Klaus Schwab and the globalists who have said openly that they want to enslave humanity. In fact, they've said by 2025 or 2030 that we won't own anything and we'll never be happier. Am I right? Yeah, so the Great Reset, man. The people who are backing Joe Biden do not understand, first and foremost, that his slogan, Build Back Better, is the slogan for the New World Order, for the Great Reset, which is a destruction of the U.S. dollar, the adoption of a digital fiat currency, the end of personal privacy, the end of personal property. All right? You won't be able to travel unless you have proof that you were vaccinated. I don't know about you, but I don't think I want to go to that movie.
Thank you so much. Have a great one, man.
I hope that's useful.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I was in TV news for 9 years. So I was a photographer, and I also wrote the arms company.
How you doing? We're live right now. So, what's your first name?
T
Can you spell that name for us?
C-H-I.
Great. Where are you from?
Originally from Hong Kong. Right now I live in New York.
Great. What brings you here today?
I believe Trump is defending our freedom. I cannot let the Democrats take away our freedom. I want to defend for our next generation.
And so, what would you say to President Trump if you saw him here today?
I'm not abandoning you as long as you defend our freedom. I'm willing to be your shield. Don't give up. That's all.
Have you seen anything like this before in China?
The censorship, the persecution, right now is happening. The keywords is already being censored. Only one side of the voice is being heard. It's exactly like communist China right now.
What is at stake here today?
What is what?
What are the stakes?
Because if election is the only way that we can overthrow corrupted politicians, but if election is no longer a valid method for people to express their voice, if it's being controlled, rigged, then we have no more ways to defend our freedom. It's just going to be a one-way street from now on.
What would you say to Democrats or people on the left who are currently right here celebrating Joe Biden's, Kamala Harris's media claim victory?
I think most of them, they are just being fooled by the brainwashing technique that that somebody is using. I think it's a hypnosis. I was in DC a long time ago. They were using some hypnosis technique already.